Hello everybody, this is Dentalis from Walk Alliance, and we're back with another video on the tutorial series. And this time we're going to go with how to build a fire line, which is one of my utmost favorite archetype to play for different reasons. If you're lucky enough to be able to assemble it early. Anyways, fire is best played as a glass jaw cannon, meaning packing a real hard punch, but has very little healing capacity or defensive skill. So it's really a all-out build. You're going to do as much damage as possible. Just a second. Sorry about that. Still have the cough. So that's why my voice is off, by the way. All right. So, first, better go with the dragon as usual, because it's going to give us the reason why we're picking the rest. Really sorry about that. That's displeasing. All right. So the last is very basic again, plus 12 crit value and dodge value. And whenever your fire immortal receive a buff, they get plus 5% damage. This is where it is interesting. All right, so we're interested in getting as much buffs as possible on our guys so that we can abuse that. So we'll keep that in mind when we're selecting skills then. Then the Whore. Whore has a percentage of chance of inflicting crit damage on 3 random units by 50% for 12 seconds, which is pretty good. That means that now we're getting crit boost, and if we're getting boost, which this counts as a boost by the way, well, we're getting damage boost. So we can see that we really want to deal damage and critical. So we're looking for the ballpark here. We're going for the grand slam. And the first one, and this is where it all becomes true, causes 151 through damage. Here's the thing, through damage goes through everything. So this is base damage, totally applied, no reduction whatsoever or whatever. This is gold. So to all enemies, AoE, so excellent. You have a base damage that is guaranteed no matter what tank you have in up front, all right? And it inflicts burns. Burn again is through damage, all right? So you have another here. It's 120. It's gonna go out. It goes up and up and up. So your dragon deals massive amount of damage, and it's guaranteed damage. So yeah, we want to deal damage, definitely. So now let's look at what we have assembled here. All right, this is a usual lineup. We have Wu, we have Ashoka, we have Hippo, and we have Fred. Now, Ashoka can be replaced by Cyrus. Cyrus is really, really good, but he might be hard to level up and acquire and level up. Instead, Ashoka does great work, and I mean really great work, and is physical, so that it gives you a difference of attack like magical here, physical here. All right. That way, if there is protection against more against one type than the other, you're sure that one of the two is going to be effective. But I really like Ashoka because with the proper talents, this guy unleashes like heck. All right, so now we're gonna go see them individually. Whoops. Not woken up yet, it seems. Thank you. All right. So, Ippo, if you look at her talent, and this is very important if we want to understand her and what she can do for your old teams, not just your team. Fires eventually fires 5 times each time, inflicting physical damage 72% on a random enemy troop, and reducing its energy by 100% and attack speed by 10%, and it can be stacked 6 times. So that means that we can reduce the energy by 600 and the attack speed by 60%. That is amazingly good. But this is where it becomes really interesting. It's against machines, bosses like Tarantula. This will reduce the energy of the thing, inflicting less damage. It will reduce the attack speed. Again, same thing. Against any boss, lurkers, machines, blah blah blah. Same thing. You can switch her to a regular line when she is stacked with at least 2 talents. All right, and she's gonna wreck machines and tarantula. You're gonna take less damage. You're gonna lose less troops. The only thing that you need is that she's all based on fury. She can go and chain furies all the time. So all you need is to get her energy regen or whatever that you can get to help you with that. We're gonna select the talents appropriate for that later. So frontliner William. I said Fred, but Fred is the lesser choice. William is pretty easy to get, and that's the one you really want. And this is why it inflicts physical damage on the enemy target directly ahead. Damage rate 225% and increase the crit rate of all your through by 10% for 6 seconds. So we're getting with the dragon skill here. Now, here's the thing. If you want to play fire and be effective, whenever you can manually control your dragon skills, you have to do, and your fury, you have to do it so that you time your dragon skill that boosts critical at the same time as this guy unleash. You get 2 boosts that will boost the damage that you're getting from the third skill of the dragon. You see where I'm going, right? The more you can get as buffs at the same time, the better it's gonna strike. So whenever you're allowed manual control with fire, you have to do it. As a general rule, you should do it, but for fire, it's a key thing to do it. All right. So again, is interested in dealing damage. Is interested also maybe in lasting longer. All right. Make sure that we can steadily deal damage with this guy and that he can help the whole team deal damage. Then we have Ashoka. It shoots an arrow toward the enemies directly ahead. All right. So the idea usually is you play him behind him. All right. I played behind Hippolyta because right now this line is not in use, so it's not important. But usually what you do is that you place both of these in a row. So that way they're targeting the same character, the same row, and you're maxing out damage at one place. This is one of the strategies that you have also to mind when you're playing stuff like fire that is really a all-in build. Your attack must score absolutely or you're dead. So, it inflicts physical damage, like I said previously, and has 50% of doubling the attack's damage. So, 1 out of 2 getting like 700% here can go to 840. That's amazingly good. All right. So that way, this guy, we want to pump his damage, his physical damage, and we want to increase his increase either his fury or his attack rate. Now we have Empress Wu. Empress Wu will inflict magical damage and on one random unit and has a 60% chance of causing equal damage to another nearby random unit up to 3 times. So we're sure that she's gonna strike once at least. Out 60% three times. Random hit is the average is one. So this is good. We're gonna hit two times with her, but it's heavy, very heavy damage. Like she has only skill level two, and that's 350%. It max out at 600%. So that's 1200%. So it can go up to with the proper boost. That's amazingly, incredibly good. She's a top spellcaster. We can also play Cyrus. All right, so for the extra spenders, and because he is effective only when he is late game, like when he's five, 6 or 7 stars only. Before that, it's better going with Ashoka. Really, it's cheaper and easier and faster to build. It reduces the resonance of three random enemy units by 4.5% for 6 seconds and give them 10% chance of being stunned for 3 seconds when it's receiving a critical attack. Again, this is where it all comes into play. Uh, it has to be timed also at the same time because since they're going to be they have chances of getting stunned when received a crit attack. When you're unleashing your furies that boost the critical from the dragon, that boosts then the damage to all your team, this and that, this comes into play and will stun the line as well. So now you got like dealt magic, you have dealt a massive amount of damage, plus you might have stunned half the line or more if you're lucky. So that way you're gonna take reduced damage and you're gonna deal damage at the same time. This is an awesome combination. It has to be timed perfectly, especially when you're doing stuff like, let's say, Mysterium or Well of Time. But this is an awesome character. Only good though if you have him late game. Otherwise, it's gonna be real hard, really easier to assemble an Ashoka real fast. So that's it for that section. Now we're gonna go into the Tower of Knowledge and talk about skills. We are first gonna talk about Ippo. So Ippo, she wants the first thing she wants is some type of resilience, right? So she's gonna want lifelink. That way, she's gonna be able to create a lifelink and share the damage that she receives. Reducing her damage, inflicting more damage. And if she's lucky enough to get a target of either Ashoka or William, well, that target is going to die very fast. So this is the first skill that she wants, really. She would like also something like what level is it? This one, when you're eye level, Rage Blessing, it will increase the energy regen. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying she's a real machine with her fury. This is the talent that you want to get ultimately to boost the fury. This is late game, of course, but not too many people can get away building a fire line from the start, playing it, having it effectively. Usually, the logic is to build it as a second line as much as you can while building your first line, which is water, usually, unless you're ended out earth, in which case you work on your earth, of course. But then by in if you do it, let's say early game when you're like 20, castle level 20 or something, you can easily within a week switch your line from water to fire and have an effective line working with to work with. Or so far, that is what has come out from the different tests that people have been doing at war, trying to switch to a fire line because I've been pushing that a lot. Like I said, to me, it's a very good solution to for them. Then we want also A lesser talent, we would like something like not Nova, of course, not Garrett. Where is it? Is it this one? No, this is the one. No, unless it's higher level, maybe. I'm not familiar yet with all these. That's not the speed blessing I'm looking for. It's not the absolute defense. Yeah, rage blessing. That's it. That's what I was looking for. So again, increase energy regen. All right. So same logic again. This is the complete talents with Berserk. So this is what Ippo wants. I'm a bit, if I sound a bit confused, well, let's just say that my bug still fugs my brain a bit. All right, so now we're gonna talk about Will. Will want first Fighting Master as a talent. Fighting Master, I have that somewhere. That's anger. Fighting Master gives you immunity control to control and reduce the damage received by 10% per blah blah blah. So basically, it's the immunity to control that you really want. That way, you're countering a lot of strategies. This guy is going to be unleashed all the time. Then we're looking for another talent, something that could enable him maybe to go off a bit or something. Um, this is not good. This could be so good, but it's not on him. I mean, no, 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 no. That's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. Ta-da-da. Sorry about that. So this is late game again. I'm talking. It's for fire. We're aiming for the top, only the best. All right. So we're looking at the late game. Like I said, to be able to build an effective fire, you need a first line first to be able to farm the stuff until you get the real talents to make it really critical. But like I said, you can switch it in a week. Once you have a level 20 castle, you can produce a line 40, 50k easy within a week if you work well. So gains 30 additional energy when you deal a critical hit. So you get the idea. Again, we want to trigger our different Furies. Then we want two lesser talents. The first one we're looking for will be this one, Cleave. Very, very, very good. Every normal attack has 75% chance of causing extra physical damage. Damage factor of X, depending on the level, up to two nearby units. So this is really good. So usually you get either the front row or a line. It's either one or the other. It guarantees you a steady damage from Will. So Will is dealing damage, getting energy to deal more damage. So that's his logic. And we want something that would be a bit more defensive for him, maybe, or subtle. So we would be looking for something like misleading. Misleading would be perfect here. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna find the skill again. Like I said, my brain is pretty foggy. So misleading, once the battle starts, reduces the accuracy rate all enemies unit by 6%. Each immortal can only equip one aura skill, of course. So this is aura. Aura are the best. Aura affect everybody on the team. So you want that. And so this one is once the battle starts and it doesn't have a timeout. So it's really good. Reducing the accuracy rate of all enemy units by 6% at base level, all right, up to 20%. That's really priceless. This is something that is gonna make last not only him, but your whole team. So this is why we want this. So this is it. This is all the talents that you want. The only other thing that I can think of is about the dragon. I recommend that you go heavy on this, lighter on this. Always keep that one a bit lower. It's a good talent, but it's not the main one that you want to rely on. You want to rely on those two. So those are the base of your synergy that will really ensure that you're going to win. Because this damage here, as it goes through no matter what, so you're really interested in having it really high and having your whole team boosted here it's the same thing. You want it as high as possible. Here, this is really good. All right. So increasing the crit rate, the crit for 12 seconds, it's really good. But this is still the less effective talent of the three because it has a limited time effect. So that's why we're going lighter on this. So this is it, folks. This was how to build a good fire line. The rest is really simple. Just get the the appropriate equipment, and max them out, and that's it. You get a really good fire line. This was Gamer with Opinion, Dentatus from War Alliance on 119. If anybody is new to the game or is playing on other servers looking for a new home, we would be very happy to have you on 119, not only at War or one of our sister alliance, but also in Green and Red. We would like Green and Red actually to grow up more. Like all the other previous time, do bless the YouTube gods with like, share, follow, subscribe. And until next time, it was Gamer with Opinion wishing you a healthy year.